Alright, welcome back to Flightsim 2020 and welcome back to the high performance group H145, and in today's video we're going to be doing a full day's kind of shift for an EMS rescue operation. That's the plan for today's video. So we're going to be doing a bunch of different call outs throughout the day, and I'm using the random system within the high performance group action pack. We're parked on the ramp here at Cape Town. That's Cape Town International in South Africa, and the weather is okay now. It's just after 5 o'clock. In fact, it's almost 5:30, 21 past 5, and the weather's all right now, but it's forecast to get a lot worse throughout the day. And of course, the bad weather is probably gonna make for more incidents that we need to go and respond to, and of course it's going to make our job a little bit more challenging. But that's the plan for today. So as you can see, we are loaded up and the aircraft is up and running and ready to go. We've got just about full fuel, so plenty of fuel to keep us going from mission to mission as we go. And we have our first dispatch already. So if we go here to missions, it just says lake accident, so I'm not sure exactly what has happened, but that's where we're heading. So not too far to fly on the first one. We're going to head out to this little lake over here and see if we can land there and pick them up, or if we need to hoist them out. We do also have the big searchlight, the high intensity searchlight, if we need it as well. So it is still kind of dark, but I'm expecting in that area of Cape Town we should have enough lights. Right, we are clear around, so let's make our way out there. Okay, it does look kind of snowy. It's not. The ground is wet though, because it has been raining through the night. You can see the clouds are kind of passed over, moved that way, but we're expecting some more to come out from the ocean and head inland and give us some more rain a bit later. But anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here and get to that incident. Let's see if we can pick up the person that needs our assistance. It's a little windy today. We're gusting between 18 and 22 knots, it looks like. So need to be aware of that. We're actually just going to cross over the runway here and head straight out in that direction. Okay, so it says about 7 minutes flight from here, so pretty short. Looks like the weather might be kind of bad in the direction we're heading. It actually looks kind of like rain up ahead. So the weather systems are coming from out there over the ocean, sweeping over, but not straight north really. They kind of sweep inland. So I can believe that some of the weather is still out in this direction. It looks like we should have decent visibility. The light looks like it's going to be fine because we've got a lot of buildings and streets in this area, so I think the light will be okay. And speaking of that, let's maybe switch this off for now. The next question is, will there be somewhere for us to land? See, if it's in a patch like this, we might get the searchlight out just to check. See if there's a nice flat area where we can put the helicopter down. Otherwise, if there's any doubt, we just go for the hoist rather. Okay, just 3 minutes out already. Now I believe with these missions that are generated by the action system itself, there's probably going to be emergency vehicles on the scene already. So that should make it pretty easy to spot. I did check, this accident scene is before the mountains, so we're fine at low altitude. If we had to go further out, we'd need to consider the mountain range over there. Still quite hazy out. Visibility is okay, but definitely a bit of haze still in the air. 2 minutes out. 5 miles. So it did say lake incident. So there is a little dam here, a little lake here. That might make the visibility an issue in terms of light, depending on how big it is. It's not particularly big. If it's a boat out on the lake, that's going to be interesting, and then obviously we definitely have to hoist. If it's on the shore, you can see, I think it's in that dark patch up ahead. If it's on the shore, it kind of depends how close the nearest road is. It looks quite dense on the other side of that dark patch. This side, not so much. Still don't see any lights of emergency vehicles. I'm gonna start slowing down though. It's a little off to our right, which is fine. That gives me some space to orbit. And this will be some sort of sports field here, most likely. Aha, there's the water. So this side is pretty dark, the other side is okay. Let's quickly see. Doesn't really reach the ground at this altitude. Okay, I don't see anything at this point. So I reckon. Okay, we've got more instructions from dispatch. Something over there, but I think it's just a street light. No, that could be where we need to go. Just off to the right there. It might just be behind some trees, and that's why the lights are kind of obscured. Land at the site, place your engines in idle. If you cannot, switch to hoist. Okay. So I think it's that over there. There's like a couple of lights just on the side there. Okay, we're going to switch on the big lights. Those are all buildings on this side. I thought it was down there. That looks like it's also a building. Yeah, that's just buildings. It's interesting that there's no like emergency vehicles or anything. They definitely have, well, there's definitely some change has been made to the action system. Because it looks completely different to last time I tried it out. Just a street light. So I wonder then if there's like a boat or something on the water. I didn't see anything like that when we came over. No, I don't think that's the case. With the bit of light we have here, we'd see a silhouette out on the water. Otherwise, if there's a person out there in the water, that would be a lot more difficult to spot. Okay, so let's just do a bit of a sweep along this shoreline here. not seeing anything. I think what I'm going to do is get it into the hopper here so I can have a look at the tablet and see if maybe I'm missing something. Right, so the helicopter should hold itself here. Okay, let's come down here. Okay, so it is over on this side. Oh, it's on the road. Oh, that just seems to be a vehicle. The incident is just in front of us here. I don't see any vehicle on the road there either. So that is kind of just on this side here. Basically just underneath us now, just to the right. There's the ambulance on the road. Is the person? There's the ambulance. It should be just here. I don't see anything. back to the map, it's basically straight in front of us on the edge of the water. If it's in the trees there somewhere. Okay, so now I'm wondering if maybe something's happened and I don't have the assets that this is using. Because I'm thinking now why the interface has changed. I think I might have installed a mod at some point that I don't remember doing. And I wonder if I don't have all the assets anymore for that. And so it's not actually loading in. So let's see if that is the case. We can come in here, switch this off. This is still on, right? Yes. Okay, and let's hoist. And if we jump outside, actually what I should do have this back on somewhere here where I think the actual thing is. Right, so we can give them some light on the ground. Then if we switch to hoisting and we jump outside, we'll see where the guy walks to collect the person, because I suspect I just don't have the model. He's walking this way. Oh my word, is he gonna go to the ambulance to collect the person? Oh, right. So it's put it. That's the destination on the map, but we need to go to the ambulance. Wow, okay. It's not what I expected. Yeah, there they have the patient behind the ambulance. Wow. Okay, long walk to freedom for our rescuer. Okay, now we can probably turn this off. Right, so that took a lot longer than we should have. Now we know we need to just go to the ambulance. Okay, he's waiting to hoist him back in. I'm looking for boats, looking for people drowning in the water, and he's been sitting there the whole time. Okay, I guess he just teleported to the helicopter, and there he comes. Right, this should close up. We are good to go, so we head back to the hospital now. Or do I take him just back to the airport? Let's see where they want. Oh, select a hospital on the map. There's one right here. We can do that one. So as always, the next challenge that we have is finding the actual hospital in the scenery, because it won't be particularly detailed. Okay, we're getting close. That'll be a school there. There is a section of bright lights up ahead. So it should be here somewhere. This open patch. Is there somewhere we can land? Don't see like a helipad or anything. Big circle. I think that's part of the road. It's not a helipad. I think that's what we're going to use. It's as close as we're going to get. It looks like it has a cross in the middle, so they might actually use it. There are quite a few hospitals here in South Africa where the helicopters land in the parking. Oh, it is the helipad. There's the little flare thing. Perfect. Right, so we'll just go forward a little bit. It seems fairly flat. Right, and then engines to idle. And now, once again, they should offload the patient. There we go. I mean, this actually looks like this is a traffic circle and they've got the helipad in the middle, which is pretty cool. Alright, there he goes. And then we'll head back to Cape Town Airport. Okay, doors are still open. He's putting the stretcher back in. The duplicating of the people is just because of the uniforms, as far as I understand. Right, so I think he's done.
Cabin secure.
Cabin secure. Oh, we've got another accident. Okay, let's get it into flight so long. Okay, car crash on the road, 46 kilometers. Pick up the person delivered to hospital. Ooh, right on the peninsula there. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go then, I guess. Fuel is still good. We've got plenty on board. That's why we set off with quite a lot to start off with. Right, so we'll head out over the ocean here and all the way to that peninsula. I wonder what hospital's going to be closest. We're probably going to come all the way back towards the Cape Town city center. There's quite a big hospital pretty close to Cape Town International. There's a couple of big hospitals close to Cape Town International, actually. And that's crazy. I mean, if you look at the lights, you think that the land kind of ends over there, but it goes all the way around. Okay, let's do this now. Switch this off so we get rid of some of that glare. Why did that not do anything? Oh, that's the high intensity light. So that must be off, and that must be off. There we go, that's better. Even though we can see pretty much nothing now. So maybe what I should do is just bring up the synthetic vision. It looks like we're gonna have some rain in a bit. Cape Town Met just updated and it's forecasting moderate rain. If we look out that way, it does look kind of hazy. Right, flight time, just under 10 minutes. Okay, we're about 900 feet. On Curiosity, we switch on the high intensity searchlight. We put it to max. Yeah, we can actually just touch the surface there. Level off at about 1,000 feet. What are we, 120 knots? A little high on the power, maybe. Or on the collective, should I say. Right, synthetic vision there showing us the mountains up ahead. Getting proper dark out here now as we move away from the city and over the ocean. Right, just gone 6 o'clock as well. It is of course the middle of winter here, so 6 o'clock it's still pretty dark, as you can see. see some rain out there now. Some puffy clouds here where we are. Time 5 minutes out. Okay, I feel we still got 2.5 hours endurance. 550 kgs on board. Okay, so I think after this mission, if the mission generator is just going to give us another one straight away, we're going to go back to Cape Town in any case. Then fast forward the time throughout the day a bit, and then we'll take the next mission. It is pitch black out here. Definitely think, well, there's some clouds here. You can actually just see we're kind of going under the edge now. There we go. Which is why we can't see any of the lights, really, Cape Town anymore. And check at that. You can see literally nothing out that way. Accident scene is on the other side, so we need to go over that peak, and it's on the road on the other side of that from what I remember. We're firmly in the clouds now. Yeah, we can't see any stars. Look out here, no stars or anything, so we're definitely in the clouds. So there's a little bit out this way, but up ahead, nothing at all. Okay, so I think also what I'm going to do, searchlight on, use that to give us a visual reference up ahead when we get closer to the terrain. Is the terrain, and there's rain on the windscreen as well. Okay, so it's going to be along the road there somewhere. On this road that runs along the edge, which is actually to our left. There it is. Interesting. Oh. I don't know if that's the wind, but about quite a bit. This is going to be tough. Is quite gusty. What I'm going to do is go into the auto hover. Okay, we need to come down a bit. 1,700 feet. And the other thing I need to do is just recenter this light. That into a usable place. wind's 17 knots and gusting over 20. So that's also causing some issues. I still can't find where my light is, so I have to recenter that again. Okay, there we go. Next thing is, let's get closer, get the spotlight on the scene, and decide, are we going to be able to land, or are we just going to hoist again? To be honest, I think we're probably going to hoist. Yo, look at that. This is a struggle, not gonna lie. Okay, now I'm way too fast. Okay, we still need to descend quite a bit more. Need to keep an eye on that mountain, so we want to stay more to the right here. This wind is not fun. Probably set it down on the road. But again, it's going to be tough. Okay, what I really want to do now is turn on my landing lights. I just can't take my hands off the controls right now. Let's go auto hover. How great is it? So it seems like the searchlight doesn't like trigger the haze and stuff and the rain. Put it down on the road. We're facing into the wind now, so that's perfect. Let's do exactly that. This is horrible weather to be doing this in, but I guess that's the exact reason why there was a car accident, because they couldn't see what was going on either. No street lights out here. Probably turn the searchlight off, but I'll do that once we're on the ground, so I'm not letting go of the controls now. Absolutely no chance of doing that. Okay, we are on a bit of a slope. The road isn't exactly flat, so let's just be aware of that. We're leaning a little bit, and we're fully on the ground. Okay, let's get the big light off, and then let's go into idle. So there's a hospital here. I think we go into this hospital here. And then back to the airport for a bit. So we're going to stick to this side. We'll go over the ocean and come over there because we'll have some light here. Right, where's our dude? So we'll go to this hospital here and at the airport, and then it's probably going to give us another job straight away, but we'll just leave that for a bit and go out a little bit later. Fuel's still okay. But yeah, as expected, the weather is getting a lot worse. Visibility is this bad. I hope we're going to be able to land at the hospital, because there we can't hoist. Okay, Cape Town Meta. Visibility of 3,000 feet. Sorry, 3,000 meters. Mist, rain, scattered clouds at 1,100. So 3,000 meters, let's see what it says. 1.9 mile visibility. Getting into the hospital might be interesting. So that wind that's throwing me around, that was tough. I mean, you can see the rain is coming in almost sideways. Cape Town is now reporting winds 24 knots. We don't have to go out in the rain like he does.
Cabin is secure.
Right, he's back in. Select our hospital. Okay. RPM is coming up. Yeah, we're actually leaning quite a bit. let's get out of here. It also honestly feels like it's getting worse. At least need to be careful of the mountain to our right because that's where we need to go. And 100% relying on the instruments now. The rain at least. Okay, I need to pick up some speed. Being thrown oil over again. Okay, and we'll let the auto trim take over. Okay, I think we can probably switch this off now. This one, what it does is make things worse. We should be able to clear the mountains now, I think. Those ones in front of us now are even higher than what we've got here. So I think we can level off here about 1500. I think I'm actually going to use the autopilot on this flight, so let's get altitude hold. I'll do GPS as well. Okay, time to the hospital, 10 minutes. That was pretty intense. I mean, normally we would be seeing... Okay, so we're in the rain again, but normally we would be seeing the lights of Cape Town from here. So I think we're going to struggle with getting into the hospital. The airport will be okay. I mean, even if we really have to, we can do the ILS into Cape Town. I don't think that'll be necessary because we're scattered clouds at 1,200 feet. The issue that's ruining the visibility now is the rain, because it's now moderate. Let's maybe put this in. Cape Town's ILS. There we go, it's picked it up. Okay, 6 minutes out, 11.5 miles. No light visible. Nav mode for now. If I go into the course, so 11 degrees, if I go back into FMS, we turn that on. Hopefully when I go back to course, it should stay, when I go back to course, when I go back to the ILS, it should stay there. And in fact, I should probably just do this as well. What I want here is the Cape Town VR. I think it's 15.7, yes. Does seem to stay there, and we've got the wide slope as well, so that works nicely. Right, we're coming up to the shore now, and still no sign of any lights. It is definitely still raining. It's 6:30 now. It's still pitch dark. It seems like we've come through a small gap in the weather. You even see the stars. You can see a bit of light, but we're going to be going back into it very shortly. little bit of light now sneaking through. Still raining. Two minutes out. Okay, I can at least see the ground. Starting to descend, starting to slow down as well. Through 1,000 feet now, and we are 2.4 miles out. Gonna be tough. If I put the landing lights on now, is it just gonna... Yeah, okay. There are no like super tall buildings around here. Okay, 1 mile out. To our left, there's a big open parking lot there. Aha, there, I see the helipad. Okay, wind is coming from our left hand side. Wind is gonna be great fun. Okay, I have the helipad in sight. Just wanna keep us into the wind. also on a bit of a slope. Quite a lot of a slope. Let's do something like that. Okay. Set it down. Ooh, just balance it out. Right, it seems okay. Cool. What a big difference the ambient light makes. We can see everything in the cockpit. When we were out there picking up this patient, I had to turn on the torch just to be able to see. So we're just waiting. There he comes, bringing back the stretcher. Well, it seems like the rain has stopped for a little bit. Okay, so that's going to generate another mission, but we are actually going to head back to the airport, which is just off to our left. So let's get the engines back into flight. Visibility's cleared up a bit. I think as we head towards the airport, we might just go back into some rain. Okay, rotor RPM is coming up. And wait for that light to go out. There we go. Okay, that's 100 feet. The airport is basically straight in front of us now. Ah, there we have the ILS alive. Glide slope is above us. Localize is just off to our right. The runway lights. Seems very dark considering it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, actually. I think it's just the weather as well. Back into the rain. Normally I would go over to the right, just come down the hangars. I'm going to use the taxiway lights this time. Wow, that visibility is not good here. Something about the landing lights on the 145. As soon as it's raining, it makes it look like snow on the ground. It's not actually snowing. No, the temperature's 11 degrees. What I mean by that is, flight sim, the weather actually works on the temperature. So if you dial in your own weather and you put in precipitation and then make the temperature close to 0, it will turn the rain into snow. But no, the temperature is 11 degrees, so it's just something to do with the lights. Right, are we going down here? Yes. Oh no, this is the wrong one, isn't it? No, this is right. Is pumping down now. And of course there's a vehicle coming this way. Okay, cool, it turned off. I hope I'm in the right place. I think I am. Looks like our hangar there. Yeah, I think this is right. Yes. Okay, let's come down here. Right, then just for the sake of saving time, I'm not going to go through the whole shutdown process. We'll do that at the end. Because we're going to remain on standby. We would obviously shut down the aircraft, but we're going to stay on standby. And we'll head out on another mission a bit later today, most likely. So I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, so it is now 25 past 12, so just after midday. We have yet another road accident to respond to. So let's go get that on the map. So we're kind of heading more to the north, I believe. Yes, out there. I think it was 32 kilometers it said. So let's get the engine spooling up again. And we'll turn on the landing lights. The weather is pretty bad. In fact, visibility kind of comes and goes in waves with the wind. So like it'll be okay for a bit. But then every couple of minutes, like this, it just closes in and gets really, really bad. So what we're going to do is we'll lift off, get stable, and then head out to the taxiway, take off from that, just so that we know it's clear in front of us. Because off to our right we've got the tower, we've got the parking lot with all the big street lights and stuff, so that's a little risky. Here I just got to be careful of this fence because the wind wants to blow us into it. So this is what I'm talking about. The visibility just goes to almost nothing every now and then like this. Look how it's blowing me over the fence. Well, we'll stay over it. Not entirely good, but better than in the fence. Alright, well, what are we, 50 feet? Normally stay around 20-25. But yeah, it's now gusting up to 26-27 knots. Okay, so we will head out this way. Let's get out of here. We're going to be relying on the instruments yet again. A little hill just off the extended center line here on the right, so we'll go past that and then we'll make our right hand turn, timing pretty quickly. Looking at the synthetic vision, we're actually okay. Let's turn right and get on course. Go to 1500 again. Power slightly. Right, coming up to 1500 feet. Still in the clouds. It's supposed to go up to overcast at 2,500. Now it says heavy rain. Okay, 7 minutes out. do altitude hold at 1500, and we'll get onto the GPS course as well. And I did say we do a bunch of these flights. I think this is probably going to be the last one. I'm going for about 2 hours now, so that's cool. We'll say we'll break for lunch at this point, and another crew will take over. Right, so just a few minutes out. Again, spotting the accident site and landing safely in this weather. I don't know if we're going to make it into this one. Can't even see the ground. Kind of depends on, we'll look at the map and just see if there's buildings and stuff like that around. I don't know if we could safely descend through this, because the synthetic vision isn't going to pick up poles and trees and things like that. What are we? 5 minutes out. 9 miles. There's just no real way to be confident. It's pretty flat around there, but buildings and things like that, go down to probably 500 feet. Let's see if we can maybe see the ground. Out. Now it's pretty flat out here. There are those hills in the distance, but I think we are going to be, or the scene is before we get to that point. I guess the biggest threat would probably be power lines. 3 minutes, 4 miles. Right, the map is looking good because there's less buildings. We're out kind of into the farmland and stuff now. Terrain is still fine. I mean, literally zero visual reference whatsoever. Okay, 1 hour 40 minutes fuel. Wind is still pretty rough. Wind is now 26 knots, gusting 37. No wonder we're struggling. Synthetic vision looks clear. Still no visual reference. Going through 700 radio. It's 500 feet. I can just see the ground below us. I'm not going to be able to land in this. We're going to have to hoist. Only just see the ground. But, okay, there the emergency vehicles are. I'm going to go into the hover. Okay, it's gone into one of those kind of clear patches. Okay, there's the road with the emergency vehicles. Alright, let's just stop descending here for a second. Get a good look. Right, the wind is behind us. So I reckon I could, with this visibility, go forward a bit and land on the road facing the opposite direction. Looks like we're going to have another kind of wave of bad visibility closing in, and the wind is really bad. We have to get facing into that window. It's going to make it impossible. Okay. Can deal with those gusts. I think we can do this. Right, what are we now? 37 feet. It's a little bit more stable down here. We are going to have the cars driving through us. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, let's just inch it in here. try and set it down nice and gently on the road. Okay, a little bit of a slope. No, it's all good. Cool. Let's just ignore the cars. Engines to idle, and here we'll go and retrieve the patient. Right, hospitals, where are we gonna go? Probably just go to this one here. It's the one we took off over when we left. Go there and then head back to base, I think. Yeah, the rain has cleared up a bit. Okay, METAR updates. It's now 12 degrees. Still overcast, 2,500 feet. Heavy rain. Visibility 1.2 miles. Wind 340 now, and still 26 gusting 37. That's pretty intense. I mean, you can see as we're sitting here, we're being rocked around a bit. At least it's not raining for our man on the ground. What is that lying on the floor there? Oh, it's his bike. Okay, another car going to drive through us. To the, I think that's the university hospital. Yeah. What's this one here? Clinic. Maybe we should do that one rather. Right, there comes our crewman, the injured person. Done. So let's go engines to flight, and while those are spooling up, we will pick a hospital. Yeah, we're going to take off straight ahead, and then we'll build up some speed and then turn so that we don't have to mess around at low speed in the wind. Right, engines are good. Let's get out of here. little hill here to be aware of. I think we've already got plenty of altitude to deal with that. Alright, once again we'll go up to 1500. Time 6 minutes out, just over 10 miles. Right, let's get the autopilot on GPS and passing through 1100. I think we'll do 1,200 feet. We'll be fine for this flight. Mind you, I think we have to go over those hills. Ah, it's okay. We'll level off there. Right, 5 minutes to go, 9 miles, fuel 1 hour 27. Land at Mediclinic and then back to Cape Town. Hopefully we can get into Mediclinic. Back into the rain. Visibility is pretty bad again. Now we can probably already start descending. 8 miles, we'll give it a little bit more. It is on the other side of that ridge. See, this is the ridge here, so we need to kind of go around that a bit. 2.8 miles out. So the yellow we're seeing on the static vision is actually not this ridge. That's Table Mountain itself. We are struggling in the wind. Okay, a little bit low there. Probably a little bit risky, but at least with the synthetic vision it's pretty easy to see. Okay, 1500 feet now. Now we're across the bridge, so we can descend, but we also need to land facing pretty much directly to our right at this point. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, so hospital's off to our left. Quite a way to descend, and then we need to circle around to land in the opposite direction. Okay, 600 feet. Just see the ground. This is gonna be impossible. There is no way. Feet radio. Barely see. You can just see the ground, but I can't make out. No ways I'm gonna make out the hospital and the helipad like this. Sticking over this road for now. I don't think this is gonna work. Hospital's just in front of us with 450 feet radio. I guess we can bring that down to about 250 safely. Nice and slow. Hospital's just here, and I can't even see the ground anymore. There's 340 feet. Nah, no point. Let's get out of here. We're gonna go straight back to Cape Town. level at 1300. Just about turned towards Cape Town now. Well, to the airport, I mean. Let's make our way home. They'll have to send an ambulance to drive to the airport from one of the other, or from one of the close hospitals. This one's pretty close. At this rate, we might even have to do the ILS. That's going to be interesting because I've never actually done a full ILS in the 145, believe it or not. Fuel on board, 1 hour 14. I wonder if it will follow the glide slope on its own. Don't think so. See nothing out there. Okay, weather update. Still 340. 26 gusting 37, overcast at 2500, heavy rain, 1.2 mile visibility. Okay, I think there probably is a way to get the autopilot to fly the glide slope, but I think we're just going to do that manually. Below the glide slope now. We just need to turn to get onto that, onto the localizer. Okay, it looks like it might actually just do the glide slope. Just in nav mode. Interesting. Okay, localizer captured. We're coming up to the glide slope, so I'm going to see if that blue indication goes green. There we go. Very cool. So we are now on the ILS runway 01, we're doing 90 knots. Just starting to see a bit of texture on the ground. Every now and then, there we go, you can see a little bit, and then you kind of go into a bit of thicker mist and it disappears. Okay, 80 knots now, keeping it around there. Right, there we go, starting to be able to see the ground. Still no runway lights in sight yet. Okay, there we go. It's starting to see the lights. Runways in sight. And we'll take control. So that autopilot really does a good job in this wind. Okay, we'll take the first taxiway to the left, and that's the one that we follow in to the AMS hangar as well. So we want to bring it down to about 25 feet. And we can slow down a bit as well. Wind is pushing us all over the place. Right, there's the taxiway. Very impressed with the that'll be my first ever ILS approach in the 145, even though I've had it for so many years. What, 4 years? 3 years? Never actually used the ILS, never really needed it. Unfortunately, today we couldn't make it into that last hospital stop. Yeah, it just shows you what a capable aircraft this is. Oh, there's another wave of bad visibility. Wow, this is really bad now. Okay, there's our hangar. Stay out of the fence. Look how much water's on the ground as well now. Good to see that those ramp personnel have gone inside. They were standing out in the rain earlier when we set off. Right, let's put it down here. Oh, they're back. Just the one. Okay, let's start switching things off. That's fine. That comes up. That's off, those are off, that's all done. I wonder if you can just always deliver people to home base. Maybe you can, because it seemed to care that we didn't go to the hospital. Okay, just waiting for the rotors to finish spinning up or spinning down. Right, but I think no one's going to come walking out here anyway. So we can go ahead and shut down. Right, and there we are. We'll now hand over to the next crew and go take a bit of a break because that was a pretty intense morning. So 3 rescues. We did the lakeside rescue, and then out to a road accident all the way on the peninsula, and then up to another road accident where the visibility was so bad we couldn't get into the hospital in the end, and then did an ILS approach into Cape Town International. But that is going to bring us to the end of this video. As always, so much fun doing missions in the Hype helicopters. But if you made it all the way to this part of the video, as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to see more, you know what to do down below, and I'll see you in the next one.